In this video, we're going to be demonstrating how to generate results for kindergarten classes using the different grading systems that we have. Here you can see we have three different grading systems. We have the 4 point grading system, the 10 point, and the 100 point. For schools that have the 4 point grading system, that is, you have a scale of 1 to 4, with 1 being the lowest and 4 being the highest. You're advised to use the 4 point grading system. This represents the academic key scale of assessments, where 4 exceeds standards and 1 needs support, 3 achieves standards, and 2 is approaching standards. So if that is your grading system, you make use of the 4 point grading system. But if your school uses the 10 point grading system, you can go ahead and use the 10 point grading system, where you have the scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the highest. And you can see the different academic keys here. 0 to 2 needs support, 3 to 4 is fair, 5 to 6 is good, 7 to 8 is very good, and 9 to 10 it's outstanding. And then if your school uses a 100 point grading system, you can go ahead and use the 100 point grading system, which is more or less similar to that of the primary and secondary school templates. But be that as it may, we have three different grading systems to suit your needs. So once you've chosen your grading system and you've selected the term that you're generating the result for and the academic term as well, the academic session as well, you go ahead and check for the classroom subjects. If there are more subjects that you wish to add, you go ahead and click on add subjects and then add another subject. Let's say we want to do poems. Once you've added the subjects, you click on add subjects, and then the classroom subject has been added. The page will refresh, and you can see we have poems here. Then we go to next, which is now to fill out the assessment for each of the subjects. So let's say for each subject, you have more than one assessment. So let's say this one is test 1 for mathematics. You enter the score, and mind you, we're using the 4 point grading system. You enter the score of 4, and then if you have more assessments for this subject, you click on this plus button in the green box to add another assessment. Let's say it is test 2, and then we enter 3 as the academic key. Then if that is all for mathematics, you go ahead to the next subject. For English, let's say it is test 1, and the score is 4. Mind you, if you enter a score higher than 4, it is not going to be recognized by the system. If you want to enter a score higher than 4, make sure you select the 10 points or the 100 point grading system. So let us add another assessment for this subject. Let's say test 2, and then we enter the academic key, which is 4, and then we move on to the next subject. But if you have other assessments, you can go ahead and click on that assessment, as much as there are assessments for that particular subject. But for this demonstration, we're going to be using only 2 assessments. So let's move on to the next subject, which is PHE. Say test 1, and then we'll enter 2. Second assessment, 3, and then we move on to the next step. And watch, as you're entering the academic keys here, you see that it is being populated on this side of the sheet. So let us do for recitation. And then we move on to the next step, which is rhymes. Next one, which is numbers. These are all fictitious subjects, by the way. Ensure that you enter the appropriate subjects that your class offers. Now the final step is to enter the attendance input, the teacher's name and the teacher's comments. So we enter the teacher's name, say, and then a comment. And then we generate the result. This result has been generated. And we're going to see the result here. Once we click on it, this is the result that we just generated. See, these are the different academic keys for different assessments for all the subjects. And this result can be downloaded. But mind you, once this result has been generated by the school admin, it is visible to the parent linked to this child's profile. So that is how to generate results for KG classes on the Greynote application. Thank you for watching.